Hello and welcome my dear second standard students. This is Rohan sir from Mahdi English School. I welcome my second standard students to today's grammar class, and as usual, as we do in our grammar class, today we are going to enjoy too, as you all, I know that you always enjoy the lectures of grammar. And moreover, today after the completion of our regular chapter, ongoing chapter, we are going to jump on to the next chapter of grammar. And yes, not to worry, since many days I know we haven't done English lesson, but grammar, as you all know, have much more chapters. The content is much more lengthier as compared to English, but not to worry. I know that once if we'll finish the 7th chapter, we'll again jump on to the English lecture. And I also hope at the same time that you watch the videos on your TV sets, in your YouTube channels, everywhere, again and again, to just make your grammar concept clear, the chapters clear. So let us have a look what are we going to do in today's lecture. In today's grammar lecture, our content will be, first we are just going to finish the last exercise of chapter 6, which we were already doing. So in the previous lecture, I hope that you have watched the video of previous lecture, because unless you don't watch the videos of the previous lecture, you will not be able to connect yourselves with the ongoing lectures. So it is a link, kind of link. If you watch the previous one, only then will you be able to get the idea of the next one. So never break that link. Again and again, sometimes it feels like I'm begging to you all, but it is because of your betterment. If you will watch the videos regularly, you will stay tuned, it is your benefit only. So here we will finish the last exercise of chapter number 6, and then we will start on with chapter 7, simple present tense. Correct? This is like headache for the other students otherwise, but here not to worry. As Rohan sir is here, I am going to make everything easy for you. What are we going to do in the chapter 7? First of all, I will explain you what is simple present tense. What things are included in that? What kind of sentence are included in that? Secondly, we are again going to revise what is verb, because throughout the tenses lecture, in all the 12 types of tenses, verb plays the main role in all the tenses. So obviously we have to revise that, as it is a core for the tenses. And then, my dear students, we are going to solve the exercise of chapter 7 and enjoy that chapter, simple present tense. So without wasting much of your time, I'll just start with the chapter 6 last exercise. So this is chapter 6 in front of you on your screens. If you can see, we started in the previous lecture. So adjectives, and I hope by now you have revised this video session at least 2 times, not more than that, but at least 2 times you should watch to make that concept clearer in your mind than it is. Okay, then we solved till exercise number 2. I explained you each and everything. I explained you how to look into the pictures and how to fill the blanks with the describing words, which is adjectives. So let's move to exercise 3. Even if I have solved, I need to again solve it, for your concern. And moreover, many blanks I have already covered while explaining you, and few I might have given it to you in homework. Anyways, I have explained many of these blanks. 1 or 2 I would like to explain it again. So here, if you can see that you need to read the sentence, and then you need to understand the noun, and accordingly you have to describe it. Correct? Because you need to put describing words, right? So here, if you can see that sentence F, It is a dash morning. It might rain. So, what could be the answer? How can you describe the morning and how can you relate it with it might rain? The sentence, the second half sentence is given to you for the clue purpose, for you to get hint. It might rain. So if it is about to rain, how the weather is, how the climate is, how the sky is, it is cloudy, isn't it? So what should be the answer for these blanks? Cloudy. Only then they would say that it might rain. Okay, so the answer will be cloudy. And I hope that you have solved this and you have got the same answer. And for those who have got the same answer, I congratulate them for solving and at least trying to solve it. Correct? So this way we also solved 3-5 more FBs in the previous lecture. And let's now move towards the exercise number 4. Read this poem and circle the adjectives. So now basically you have to read the poem on your screen and then you have to just recognize the adjectives, just highlight them by circling the adjectives within the poem. So for that, first I will read the poem throughout and then again we will read line by line and then start highlighting the adjectives. Here comes the big blue bus down the quiet green hill. It goes pom-pom at every door to pick up the little children for school, waiting, beaming and shouting with their bags and lunch boxes. Now comes the big blue bus again down the dark green hill. It goes pom-pom at every door to drop the little children home, tired, hungry and happy with their bags and empty boxes. So here if you can see that on that poem the picture is given to you, how the children are, how the blue bus is, how it comes and children wait for their school bus, correct? So here you need to just pick out the adjectives, the describing words. In the first one if you see, here comes the big blue bus. So the bus is described as big and blue. So these are the adjectives. I will not circle it, I will just square it so that you can read the content precisely. Yes? So that is how you are going to find out the adjectives. And in the second line, down the quiet green hill. So now here hill is being described as quiet and green. So the hills are quiet and green. This is also the describing word because these two words are describing how the hill is, Hill, hill. Similarly, if we see in the next line, it goes pom-pom at every door. So we don't have any adjective here. To pick up the little children for school. Now how are the children? They are little. Yes. So waiting, beaming and shouting with their bags and lunch boxes. Now comes the big blue bus. This is already what we have done. Down the dark green hill. This is also we have done. So I am not going to highlight each and every adjective, because if I will do so, you are going to do nothing. Correct? You are just going to paste the answers. So I'll keep it for you to solve, because we already have discussed a lot things about the adjectives, and I also gave you the hint how to find out the adjectives from the poem by reading it carefully. If you pay attention, you will get it. It is very easy, it's not hard at all. So with this I end this lesson and we move on to the all new chapter in our grammar, that is simple present tense. Now when I say that I am going to explain you simple present tense, I need to explain you what is tense. Okay students, so let me explain you what is the meaning of tense, and for that I'll just write one thing by reading which you will easily get the idea what is tense. So here the word tense I have written, and then the meaning of it is time. So basically tense, the meaning of tense is time, correct? Because you should be knowing the meaning of tense, only then will you be able to understand the types of the tense, because simple present tense is a type of tense. But unless you don't understand what is tense, how can you just start with the type of it. So clearly tense means time, and the time are basically of three types: past, which is gone; present, which is going on; and future, which you are going to face, which will come. Correct? So gone, at present, and which will come. So these three, that is past, present and future. So these three types of basic, there are the main types of tense, these three types. And here further, there are in these three types furthermore 4 types are there. So 3 4s are 12 types of tenses are there, but here at first we are going to discuss simple present tense, which is very first type of tense. You don't have to worry about the remaining types here, you just need to pay attention. This was just for your knowledge, because this is very much necessary for you to understand that what is tense, because in English every word has 2 or 3 meanings. Correct? So tense also means that when you are, you are not happy, you are in depression, you are someone says that you look very tense. So this is not the meaning here. Here the meaning of tense is time. So let us start with the simple present tense. And here is the warm up exercise. And in the warm up exercise it is written that underline the verb in the sentences. So you need to underline the verb in the sentences. So for that you need to read the sentences. I'll do it for you. The first sentence is she runs very fast. So what is the verb in the sentence, my dear students? I told you that today, in today's objective, I will also teach you what is verb, because that is very much important in all the types of tenses. So she runs very fast. Now here what is the verb? Verb means action word, right? Doing word. I explained you in the previous lessons also. So here what is the action? What is she doing? Let me bring it to in the center for you so that you can just look at the picture clearly. So what is she doing? She runs very fast. She is running, correct? So here the verb is run. The action which is done is running. Action of running is done here, correct? So runs is the verb. Similarly, if you see the next sentence, the sun rises in the east. Actually it should be from the east, because in means it goes in and from means it rises from the east. So actually it should be from, but never mind, the world accepts this line and we should also accept that. So the sun rises in the east. Now here, my dear students, what is the verb? What is the action done by sun? It rises, correct? It comes up. If you can see that in the photo, the sun is rising, that is coming upside from the down, that is from the east side. So what action is done by the sun? Rises, correct? So this is the verb. Again, if you see that the next sentence here is father reads newspaper in the morning. So what is father doing? What action is he doing in the morning? He reads newspaper, correct? So to read is also the verb, because reading is a kind of action. So again here reads is the verb. This way you need to solve the warm up exercise. The remaining pictures and the sentences, if you can see, this I will keep it for you in the homework, because warm up exercise is a basic exercise which is just given from your knowledge which you already have. Yes, so let us quickly read the definition and then I'll explain you the meaning of the simple present tense. Okay, the verbs you underlined tells us about something that happens as a routine or as a habit. These sentences are in the simple present tense. Why are they in the simple present tense? Because they tells us something which happens as a routine or as a habit. The sun rises from the east. So it is a routine, no? It is a fact. It is routine. It happens daily. Routine means the things which happens daily. Like you go to school, yes, the teacher teaches you. Daily it happens. Again, father reads newspaper in the morning. So this is what his habit is, correct? This is a part of his habit. This is a part of his routine as well. He does it daily. Again, she runs very fast. So this is also her habit, a kind of fact. So a fact is also included in the simple present tense. My dear students, remember this, universal fact is also included in simple present tense. So she runs fast. This is fact. You can't deny. This is what she is, how she is. Correct? So the definition says that whatever you underlined, actually I drew the boxes here, but not to worry. Whatever you highlighted in short tells us about something that happens as a routine or as a habit. And one more thing other than the routine and habit, universal fact. Correct? Which is not written here. So let me just jot it down here so you can just read it. Universal fact. Or I should say facts. Correct? Because not one, all are included here. So even these are included in the definition of simple present tense. So these sentences are in the simple present tense. So whenever you read the sentence, you should recognize whether it is a routine, habit or universal fact. If it is so, you should know that these are the simple present tense sentences. Okay, so now here you have to solve the first exercise. Let us just solve it. What does the instructions of exercise 1 tells us? Underline the verbs in the sentences. You need to underline the verb in the sentence. Correct? So it is as simple as that. We have already done the chapter of verb, and so it will be very much easy for you to solve this. Okay, so the first sentence is the children go to school every day. Again, this is a simple present because children go to school every day. So this is their routine, right? So what is the verb here? Go. Correct. To go somewhere is an action, no? You go somewhere. This is a kind of action. You have to walk. Then you go there. So it is a kind of action. So go is the verb here. So you have to underline it when you get the books. The next sentence is owls sleep during the day. What do? They sleep. Correct. So sleeping is also an action, though you are not doing any kind of action while you are in a state of sleeping, but still it is a kind of action, it is a kind of verb only. So sleep. Owls sleep during the day. Clear enough? Okay, let us move on to the next one. Sentence C. Mother pays all the bills. So now what is mother doing? She pays all the bills. Correct? Again, it is it could be her habit, or it could be in her routine work, because to maintain the house is the work of mother. So mother pays. What does she do? She pays. Correct? So to pay something is also kind of action. You give money, you hand over the money, you hand over the check or whatever it is. You even proceed for the online transactions. So anyway, you have to do some action. Just if you want to pay the bill, you can't just order it. So mother pays all the bills. So pay is an action, so it is a verb, so we highlighted it. Next sentence is winter comes after autumn. Now what is winter doing? It comes. Correct? So it is also an action, that it replaces the autumn, right? So this comes is a verb here. Similarly, we will solve this one. Sentence H. The new bookstore opens today. Now what happens to the bookstore? It opens, right? So to open, we need to open the gate, we need to unlock it. Yes, it is also kind of action. To open something, to open your bag, you have to open the zip. So it is an action to open something, right? So we highlighted it, and the last one we will solve from this exercise, and then we will move on to the next part of this chapter. So the last exercise, the last sentence of this exercise, I mean to say, is this one, the last sentence itself. Grandfather collects stamps. Stamps, it is like this square, and it is used in the postal letters. So the grandfather collects stamps. Now what does the grandfather do? He collects. So to collect is also the verb, right? It is also the action. So we will underline or highlight it. So this way, students, you need to read the sentence, you need to understand the sentence carefully, and then you need to just recognize the verb by the action word. If it is an action doing word, if they are doing something, whether it's sleeping, sitting, still, they are the verbs, they are the action words. Clear enough? I hope so. You don't have doubts so far and you have carefully watched this part of the video. With the same attention you have to even look for the other part of the video. This part is, you are getting initial rules for the simple present tense. If you can see in the table, it is written that I sing, we sing, you sing. Till now no changes were there in these three. And then if you can see something red alphabet, if you can see here. Now let us read what it is. He sings, she sings, it sings. So these are different. And again, if you can see in the last one, they sing. Again, S is not there. So with he, she, it, they have added S, and with all the other plural form, including I, which is singular, they have just kept the word as it is, the base form of the verb sing. So what it is, let me explain it to you. So whenever student, we usually add S to verbs when we use it with the singular noun or the pronouns he, she and it. What does this line say? This is very important line. Let me tell you, let me explain it to you. For that I have to write something, he, she, it. Okay, with these things we add S or ES with the verb. So if you can see here in the photo that on the screen, I mean to say is, I have written very clearly he, she, it. If the sentence starts, that is the subject part of the sentence where it starts with, or subject means a lot, but at this level, at your level, I should only say that the sentence, if the sentence starts with he, she, it, any of these three pronouns, we have to add S or ES with the verb depending on the verb. For example, if you say that he eat chocolate, no, that is incorrect. You should say he eats chocolate. So here, my students, if you can observe this rule, eat was the verb and we added S at the end because here the sentence started with he. Clear enough? So if the sentence starts with either he or she or it, we have to add S or ES with the verb in that sentence. Now not only he, she, it, even if I write anyone's name, whether it is a girl's name, whether it's a boy's name, still you have to add S or ES. Now let me give you one more example for that too. Rohan eats chocolate. Now as the sentence started with Rohan and not he, she, it, but still it is a name. So even if there is a proper name of any girl or a boy, you need to add S or ES in the verb. I hope that this is very, very clear to you all. Correct? And I hope that you will remember this. And this is what the rule you need to anyhow remember for the simple present tense. I repeat, if there is he, she, it in the starting part, or if anyone's name is there, let it be the girl's name or the boy's name, we need to add S or ES with the verb in that sentence. Clear enough? Let's move on. If you can study the next table, if you can observe it very carefully, I go, I watch, I mix, I guess, I push. So with I, we did not added s or es, correct? Because the I was exception. Though it is a singular, we do not use s or es. Next one, we go, we watch, we mix. Again with we don't add s or es. Same with you. But when it comes up to he, she, it, if you can observe, he goes. So we added es with go. We just added es with go because the plural of it, we cannot say gos. It is not the word in the grammar, correct? So goes, go will become goes. We added just es because there is he as a pronoun. Again he watches, again we added es. He mixes, again we added es. Yes. Similarly with it and she, goes, watches, mixes, guesses, pushes, etc., etc., etc. Whatever verb you get with he, she, it or any name singular, you have to add s or es, depends on the verb, correct? Class, it will become classes, we need to add es again. So you should be familiar with how to make it plural. Okay, so here it is, the rule is written for that is, for verbs ending with o, ch, sh, double s, x and z, that is z, we add es with the singular noun. So this is what you can just remember for if you want to be very sure. If you can see that watch becomes watches because it ended with ch. So if it ends with ch, it is written that you need to add es with the singular noun or pronoun he, she and it. Clear enough? Okay. Then again, if you can see that the next table shows you the new rule. So I try, we try, you try. This was normal. Always I, we, you, they are not in the problem. The problem which is what we need to remember is with he, she, it, and if any name singular is there. So if there is he, try become tries. We replaced y with ies, if you can observe. In this it was try, here it became tries. So y is removed and it is replaced actually with ies. Same thing with she tries, it tries, and they again try. So this is how we made the plural of try. So here the note is given to you, if you can see. Let me bring it into the center part of your screen. Okay, so note, for verbs having a vowel before y, we add s. For example, play become plays, say become says, obey become obeys. So this rule we were left out to read with. So if the verb which are having vowel before y, if you can see that play, play. So before that y, a is there. So a, e, I, o, u. If you remember, vowel includes a, e, I, o, u. So before y there is a, alphabet a. It is a vowel. So we just added s. Okay. So I hope that this is clear enough to you all. And let us just solve second exercise, 2 to 3 sentences. You need to use the simple present tense of the word. That means you need to add s or es wherever necessary. First blank is, we always dash our hands before a meal. So can you see he, she, it or anyone's name in the starting of the sentence? No, there is no he, she, it, there is we. So what do we have to do? We have to use wash as wash only. We don't have to modify it, correct? Because there is no he, she, it in the starting. There is only we. So we always wash our hands before a meal. What about the second one, my dear students? The sentence is starting with he. He dashed a newspaper every morning. So buy will become buys. He buys a newspaper every morning. You just need to add s because before the vowel y there is before the consonant Y there is vowel U, so by will become bice. Okay, so this way you need to solve the sentences. Not to worry, I am going to solve it in the next lecture. This is not the end. We will practice it as much as possible, because this chapter you are going to face till 10th standard. This is the base chapter of tenses. So I hope you enjoyed the rules of tenses and everything, the meaning of tenses and everything what I explained. I hope that you remember it, my dear students. Lastly, thank you for watching. Keep practicing, because practice will make you perfect one day. Goodbye, take care.